tissues, organs, and systems. In this lesson, you will use evidence to argue that the human body is made up of tissues, organs, and systems. Warm-up. Open the notebook tool and answer these questions. People use the word system to describe certain parts of the body, such as the digestive system and the circulatory system. Write a definition for the word system and explain why it describes these parts of the body. The musculoskeletal system contains the body's bones and muscles. Why do humans need bones and muscles for movement?
Hi, I'm Phil. As a patent lawyer, I work with inventors every day to bring their new products to life. Some of these new products are for the medical field. Last week, I talked with a scientist who works with stem cells. Stem cells have the potential to grow into different types of cells. This scientist is working on a specialized device that creates conditions to help stem cells grow faster. This device would allow scientists to grow human tissues and even organs. Doctors could use lab-grown tissues and organs to replace diseased and damaged tissues and organs in patients. This technology is possible because of the levels of organization in the human body. Cells build all of the body's tissues, organs, and organ systems. Let's examine these structures and learn about the role of cells in their formation.
Tissues. The human body consists of trillions of cells. The cell is the fundamental building block of life. Different cells perform different functions in the body. Many cells that have the same structure and perform the same functions form a tissue. A tissue is a group of organized cells that perform a specific function. Tissues are divided into 4 main types based on the function they perform. The cell arrangements in these tissues differ and help the tissues perform their functions. Let's look at the different types of tissues.
The following diagrams show the cell arrangements in the 4 main types of tissues in the human body. In this activity, you will examine the cell arrangements and then answer questions based on what you've learned. Epithelial, connective, nervous, and muscle tissues.
Types of tissues. There are many different types of cells in the body. They bind together to form 4 main types of tissues. Let's take a closer look at the characteristics and functions of these tissues. Muscle tissue. Muscle tissue makes the heart pump blood and enables people to move. The 3 types of muscle tissues are skeletal, smooth, and cardiac. Each type of muscle tissue performs different body functions and is made of different types of muscle cells. Cardiac muscle is also an involuntary muscle. Only the heart contains cardiac muscle. It helps the heart pump blood through the body.
As the name suggests, skeletal muscles attach to bones and allow people to move their limbs. Skeletal muscles perform voluntary movements, meaning people can move their muscles at will. Smooth muscles line the body's internal hollow organs, such as the stomach, intestines, blood vessels, and bladder. They are involuntary muscles and work automatically. Smooth muscles generally contract slowly to perform internal functions. For example, they move food through the body. Cardiac muscles is also Cardiac muscle is also involuntary muscle. Only the heart contains cardiac muscle. It helps the heart pump blood through the body.
Nervous tissue. Nervous tissue acts like a messenger service in the body. The nervous tissues in the body branch off from the brain and the spinal cord. Neurons, or nerve cells, form this tissue. Neurons have a structure that helps send signals rapidly between the brain and the body. Nervous tissue is responsible for receiving, processing, and responding to internal and external stimuli. For example, when we touch a hot object, the nervous tissue in our hand sends signals to the brain. The brain responds instantly by sending a signal that tells the hand muscles to withdraw the hand from the hot object. The brain also responds automatically to many other stimuli that we aren't aware of. For example, after we eat, the brain signals the stomach to break down the food and push it into the digestive system.
A nerve signal travels 150 meters per second. Determine the number of kilometers that the nerve signal will travel in the same time. We focused on this in our math and earlier lessons with conversions. The nerve signal will travel blank kilometers in 1 second. So we go to our distance conversion calculator on calculatorsoup.com. We type in 150. We select the units that we want to convert from and to, and then hit calculate. So the answer is 0.15 kilometers per second.
Epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue forms a protective inner and outer lining for organs and blood vessels. Skin, the body's outermost protective layer, is made of epithelial tissue. Besides providing protection, epithelial tissue also enables sensation, absorption of selected substances, secretion, and cell-to-cell communication. Epithelial cells have 3 basic shapes. Squamous epithelial cells are flat. Cuboidal epithelial cells are cubic. Columnar epithelial cells are taller than they are wide. Epithelial cells stack up in tight rows to form layers of tissues like bricks in a wall. With this arrangement, they protect body structures from harmful agents such as pathogenic bacteria and toxic chemicals. Connective tissue. Connective tissue binds other tissues in the body. It supports and holds the body's structures in place. Cells dispersed in a matrix of protein fibers make up connective tissue. Bones contain connective tissue that incorporates a calcium compound, which makes them hard and strong. Bones allow the body to bear its weight and move. Connective tissues make up fat, too. Fat insulates the body by forming a protective layer over body cavities and organs. Connective tissues also form cartilage, tendons, and ligaments. Cartilage is a flexible tissue that connects joints. Tendons attach muscles to bones, and ligaments attach bones to other bones.
Match each type of tissue to its description. So, muscle tissue allows the heart to contract. Nervous tissue transmits signals to the brain. Epithelial tissues forms a brick-like structure to line cavities, and connective tissue helps bones support the body.
Organs. We've seen that cells that have similar structures and functions form a tissue. The next level of organization is the organ. An organ consists of a group of different tissues that work together to perform a specific function. Organs are self-contained structures. Skin, lungs, and bones are examples of organs in the body. Most organs contain several different types of tissues. Let's see how the different tissues help support the function of an organ. Stomach. The stomach is a vital organ in digestion. When we eat, strong acids in the stomach break down the food into smaller particles. Then the stomach passes these partially digested food particles to the intestines for further digestion. The stomach can perform its functions because of its various tissues. The smooth muscle of the stomach contracts the stomach, which helps mix, digest, and move food. Nervous tissue sends signals between the stomach and the brain. The brain tells the stomach when to start or stop digestion and when to eat. Connective tissue attaches to the outer epithelial tissue of the stomach. Columnar epithelial tissue lines the inside of the stomach. Some cells of this inner layer secrete a strong acid that helps digest food. Other cells secrete mucus to protect the stomach from the acid.
What system is that? Might be a test answer question. Listen later for what system secretes stuff.
Lungs. Oxygen is essential for all of our body functions. Our lungs allow us to breathe in air. All 4 types of tissue make up the lungs. The smooth muscle tissue allows the lungs to expand and contract while breathing. The epithelial tissue allows gas exchange between the air and red blood cells. It helps oxygen enter the red blood cells and it gets rid of carbon dioxide. Connective tissue binds to some of the epithelial tissue to provide support and structure. The airways of the lungs and smaller tubes contain cartilage. Various nerves control the contraction and expansion of the lungs. Like the lungs, the heart also has all 4 types of tissue. The heart is a muscular organ that pumps blood through the body. Bones. Bones are organs that provide structure and support to the body. Bones also help in the production of new blood cells. Bones primarily consist of connective tissue. Bones are rigid structures that contain 2 types of mineralized connective tissue. The mineralized connective tissue contains compounds that harden and strengthen bones. One type of mineralized connective tissue is compact and provides support to the body, allows movement, and protects organs. The other type is a spongy connective tissue that is less compact and contains many blood vessels. A different type of connective tissue lines bones. Bones also contain epithelial tissue, blood vessels, and nerves.
In a biology class, one student argues that tissues are the building blocks of organs. Another student argues that cells are the building blocks of organs. Which student do you agree with? Support your position with scientific facts. Cells are the building blocks of tissues, which then build organs. So, the first building block is the cell. Remember the order of internal organization? Organization. See what I did there?
People can actually live without some organs, such as the appendix, spleen, gallbladder, and tonsils. In fact, if someone has a diseased gallbladder, doctors can remove it. Other organs, such as the heart, brain, and liver, are vital and essential to life. Doctors can't remove an entire vital organ without replacing it with an organ from a recently deceased person. This replacement organ is a transplant organ. Transplant organs aren't easily available. Many people with diseased vital organs can't receive proper treatment because of the shortage of transplant organs. However, scientists may soon be able to grow organs to replace diseased organs in the body. Let's look at how scientists plan to grow a human heart.
So they grow stem cells. The stem cells grow into nerve cells, cardiac cells, muscle cells, and intestinal cells. Interesting. Says, watch this video. I'm not sure if this video will record because of copyright, so it may cut out. Wow.
Body systems. Many parts work together to move a car forward or to make it stop. The parts of a car make up various systems. The engine is a system that converts fuel into energy to move the car. A system is a set of parts that works together to perform certain tasks. If a single part of the car fails, the car no longer completely works. Like cars, humans also have many parts, known as organs or tissues. Various organs and tissues work together to perform specific functions. A group of organs that works together to perform the same functions is an organ system. If a body part fails, it affects the whole organ system and, in turn, the entire body. For example,
Sure.
if a person sprains an ankle, that person can't walk properly. This problem occurs because the muscular and skeletal systems work together to allow people to walk. When one part of a system suffers an injury, the rest of that system and other body systems suffer.
I took a moment to copy this example down into the summary to answer what is one way that different organs work together to maintain a person's overall health? So, this is one way they work together.
Now open the notebook tool and review your answer to this question from the warm-up. People use the word system to describe certain parts of the body, such as the digestive system or the circulatory system. Write a definition for the word system and explain why it describes these parts of the body. Now that you've read a bit about body systems, can you write a better definition of the word system? Let's investigate the major organ systems in the body. Digestive system. The digestive system breaks down food molecules that the body uses to obtain essential nutrients and energy. When we eat food, our teeth and saliva break down the food into tiny pieces. So digestion begins in the mouth. When we swallow, the esophagus carries the chewed food to the stomach. The stomach's digestive juices break down the food even further and pass it to the small intestine. The small intestine absorbs most of the nutrients. Then the large intestine absorbs water from the remaining digested matter. The matter then moves to the rectum, which expels waste. Muscle and skeletal systems. The muscle and skeletal systems, also called the musculoskeletal system, include the skeleton, muscles, and various connective tissues. The human skeleton contains 206 bones. The skeleton supports the body and protects internal organs. It stores calcium, which plays an important role in many body functions. Muscles allow movement and provide strength. The musculoskeletal system also includes tendons, ligaments, and cartilage. Now open the notebook tool and reread your answer to this question from the warm-up. The musculoskeletal system contains the bones and muscles of the body. Why do humans need bones and muscles for movement? Now that you've learned about the muscle and skeletal systems, can you write a better answer? Respiratory system. The respiratory system consists of the lungs, airways, and muscles that help us breathe. Airways are passages and tubes in the respiratory system that carry air into the lungs. When we breathe in, the trachea filters the air before it enters the lungs. Filtering the air ensures that harmful particles or pathogens don't enter the lungs. The respiratory system takes in oxygen and expels carbon dioxide. The lungs connect to the heart through blood vessels. The body needs oxygen to produce energy, so the heart pumps oxygenated blood to the body. When blood returns to the heart, it is deoxygenated. The heart then pumps this deoxygenated blood to the lungs to get more oxygen. The oxygenated blood travels back to the heart and then to the rest of the body.
Notice that this diagram, which is a conceptual model, shows the right side of the heart and the left side of the heart. Notice that they are not as you would think. It's inversed because it's as if you cut the heart in half and you were standing with it facing forward. The deoxygenated blood comes into the heart through the right side. The oxygenated blood comes in from the left side, if I say that correctly. So if there is a problem with one side or the other, think clearly and process out what would happen as a result of that problem in the system.
Circulatory system. The heart, arteries, veins, blood vessels, and blood make up the circulatory system. This system transports various substances to their target organs. The heart pumps blood through the body. The digestive system provides the circulating blood with nutrients. Blood carries oxygen, nutrients, hormones, and other molecules to all cells of the body. It also carries waste materials, such as carbon dioxide to the lungs and ammonia to the kidneys. Arteries carry blood away from the heart, and veins carry blood toward the heart. Deoxygenated blood enters the right side of the heart through the veins. The right side of the heart transports blood to the lungs, where it becomes oxygenated. Oxygenated blood from the lungs enters the left side of the heart. From there, the heart pumps oxygenated blood through the arteries to the rest of the body. Select the correct answer. In a healthy body, the heart pumps blood efficiently. When the heart has a problem, heart failure can occur. Heart failure can happen on one side of the heart or on both sides. What would happen if a person had right-sided heart failure?
The heart would fail to efficiently pump blood to the lungs.
Excretory system. All body processes produce waste products. The excretory system gets rid of waste through body fluids. The kidneys filter blood and remove nitrogen compounds, salts, and excess water. The waste product of the excretory system is urine. Ureters carry the urine that the kidneys produce to the bladder. The bladder stores urine until the body expels it from the urethra.
The kidneys. If your kidneys do not work correctly, or part of your excretory system doesn't work correctly, you might have to go to dialysis.
Nervous system. The brain, spinal cord, and nerves make up the nervous system. The brain is the control center for the entire body. The spinal cord helps messages travel back and forth between the brain and the rest of the body. The nervous system controls the body's voluntary and involuntary processes. It allows us to breathe, digest food, and react to stimuli by regulating the functions of our organs. It also ensures that the heart keeps beating. The nervous system allows us to analyze information and make decisions. It also controls our movements.
So when you partake in drugs or alcohol or even tobacco, things that affect your nervous system, it may lessen your ability to analyze information and make decisions. Usually the first wrong decision is that to get behind a wheel with, in a vehicle with somebody that is using those chemicals. So be careful, be safe.
Immune system. The immune system defends the body against infection and disease. It protects the body from all types of pathogens, including bacteria, viruses, and parasites. The immune system includes the spleen, which produces some immune cells. Immune cells distinguish between healthy body tissue and unhealthy tissue. They attack harmful agents. Lymph nodes are also part of the immune system, which contains lymph. Lymph circulates through the body and picks up any harmful agents. Lymph nodes filter lymph to get rid of abnormal cells and pathogens.
Sort the organs and functions based on the body system they belong to. Musculoskeletal. bone, it enables movement, and it supports the body and organs. Digestive system contains the small intestine, stomach, and breaks down food.
The body is made up of specialized organs and complex systems. For example, the heart pumps blood through the circulatory system. The digestive system breaks down food to provide nutrients to the body. All of the body systems interact with each other to keep the body healthy. These days, I'm working with a scientist who's interested in patenting a new type of flu shot. While discussing this case, I started thinking about how the flu affects every system in the body. The flu attacks many body systems, such as the respiratory system, the muscular system, and the lymph nodes. People with the flu often have a runny nose, and they tend to cough and sneeze a lot. People get chills that make their muscles feel tense. That's because muscles help regulate body temperature. Their lymph nodes swell as their immune system fights the infection. While no one likes being sick, it's a reminder that all body systems need to function smoothly. They need to coordinate with each other to maintain good health.
Congratulations, you've completed the tutorial, Tissues, Organs, and Systems. Good luck on that test.